So, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to episode number 47 of the Unboxing AI webinar series, where our guest is not turning on their camera, and now he has. Thank you everyone for joining. My name is Vidur. I serve as the Chief Executive Officer at Carpal. This is the Unboxing AI webinar series. Every Thursday, 11 a.m. Eastern Time, you will see me talking to somebody who looks much better than me, generally, about everything, about everything, including AI. Sometimes I have my colleagues on, so and this is the 47th episode, almost in a row that we're doing. So hats off to my team that they've been able to pull this off consistently, and all our friends, customers, collaborators, partners who come aboard. And if you do not know what Carpal is, well, that is very sad, but I will still tell you. Carpal is your friendly neighborhood AI platform. We help you navigate the relatively complex ecosystem of AI applications out there, bringing them to the fingertips of radiologists through a single user interface, single integration channel, and a single procurement channel. And enough about me and Kapil. Today we have my good friend of more than 5 years. We were debating whether it is 5.5, or 6 years. So we went with the lowest common denominator, lovingly, simply called Vito. Vito is many things. Let me tell you, Vito is the chief operating officer and co-founder of Oxipit, where he combines his background in business strategy, leadership, and operations to help bring AI-driven radiology solutions to clinical practice. He's been a consultant. He's worked in telecommunications, AI, and retail. And of course, brings a unique problem solving mindset to healthcare innovation that we have personally at Carpal leveraged upon quite a lot. And since co founding Oxipit, he is basically everything. So, Vidos, thank you so much for coming aboard, and I will take the liberty of having a little bit of fun with you as we do this today.
Perfect.
So, how does somebody who is a consultant and then in telecom and AI, retail, etc., come into our big bad world of imaging AI?
Uh, I would say I always been in all of these fields. I was always between sales, commercial, and technology. I don't speak neither of language natively, let's so speak, but I can do B2, C1 level, and then I can be a bridge between them. And then this bridge is required in any industry you go to. In consultants, you go to many different business. In retail, telecommunications, you still need this. At some point, I thought that it's time to do something more, I say, interesting or what changed people's lives. And then I joined Oxipit in 2019. So now it's already 6 years.
No, wonderful. And so, what did you when you joined Oxipit? Like, was this the first startup that you joined, Vito? Like, were you in a startup before?
Uh, it startup is, there's no one definition, I would say. My one company called them some startups, so I'm not sure if I could say second startup. But by real definition, I would say it's the first startup I joined.
No, reason I ask is because a lot of folks look at joining companies like ours, while they are working at, say, a PwC, a KPMG, or a large like a GE, Philips, one of those. So, what would be like? What was your learning? What could have made you more successful than what you are right now? Like something you would have done differently coming in from the background of a relatively big company setup.
Oh, that's a good question.
Off
So,
script. I know it's off script.
no, no, uh, honestly, I would say so. Original way you learn one skill, you go really good at it, and then you join startup with this skill. So in my way, I was always generalist, as I mentioned, with this bridge. So I would say it's a good thing and bad thing, depend how you look at it. So how I would like to test an hypothesis, would it be better if, let's say, I would be just pure sales before joining? So this is a hypothesis I would test if it would be better than now. But honestly, I'm not sure if that would help me. Otherwise, so I was not in a startup, but in relative small companies, then you need to do a lot of different things, wear a lot of hats, which I like. And for my personality, it helps. I consider myself problem solver. So then, you just solve different problems. And maybe the biggest challenge which I didn't expect is industry itself. It's very different from any other industry. It's problems are problems everywhere, but you really need to adjust to medicine and especially speed of medicine, which was it still is probably my biggest surprise every time, how fast or slow it goes.
That's interesting. So today, because you are, co-founder and COO at Oxipit, how would you describe what you do to a 5-year-old?
So personally, as I mentioned, I solve problems. So whenever a problem arises, I come and I either fix myself or find someone who will fix it for you. From Oxip's perspective, I would say we aim to do the boring tasks for radiologists very fast so that radiologists, doctors could concentrate on more important and more interesting tasks, and we do that using AI.
Got it. Every 5-year-old will understand that. Uh,
No, I will try this with my son later.
I think Oxipit, while we have respected Oxipit ever since I met you at Arab Health, and then before that met Naglis with his laptop, at ECR saying bring your own X-ray and I will do an AI analysis. And luckily, we ended up having a few on a pen drive. So from then, I think you guys truly set the benchmark when you got the CMDR approval for autonomous normal X-ray reads. So, what were you thinking? Like, how did you even imagine that you can get that?
uh, So, when we first started, from the first moment, we believe the problem is not about the quality of radiologists, but the quantity. So, it's lack of radiologists, and there's a lot of reports, and I think no one disagree with this statement. So, with even our first just eye CAT product, we aim to find how to save time for radiologists. And in 2019, we were the first ones to receive a C certificate class 2A back then for 75 pathologists. But the logic was we created full reports, and it was a lot of logic put into all that. And what we did then, a lot of testing with clients. The problem what we faced, that if you show the same report to 10 different radiologists, we will not all agree between themselves. And when we first saw this, we did a huge trial internally. We gave around 3,000 cases to 10 different radiologists that they would evaluate each of them. So we could say, do they agree between themselves? And the results were, I don't want to say catastrophic, but the only place they would all agree is it really confident normal, like clear
Hmm.
lungs, no question asked. And then we thought that even if we objectively are correct for other cases, subjectively it will not be the case. So then we thought, okay, so we need to reconcentrate on normals because this is where we agree. And we then started in 2020 working on ChestLink for autonomy. It took us good 2 years for work to reach a level when we have now for 99.9% sensitivity for normal. So in this case, we believe this is the place we can really, really save time.
But when you were thinking about building it, like, I am sure you would have come across people who would have said that this will never get approved, right? Like,
Yes,
or
yes.
or was it the other way around? Was there like a clear pathway that nobody saw?
uh, no, a lot of people thought that we are crazy and disagree. Our advisors, our investors question us a lot. However, here I really believe in our brain power of Oxipit, and we did a huge work technically, medically, and also from a certification point of view. So there are things we needed to create was not created before. And even when you go later with insurance and other questions, where like I went to all the insurance companies and they say like we don't know if this will work or not because we have never done it before. So I think we did a lot of work, but this is also what startups. I'm happy to work here because back then I think we were like 12, 13 people only. So we're really agile and flexible, and it's way easier for us to completely change course rather than when you are 10,000 or few thousand people company. So that really helped for us, and we very efficient always will be hopefully. So that helped us to achieve this.
No, and are you seeing like customers asking for autonomous AI? Like, are you seeing it come about like in needs, and are you actually like selling that product?
Yeah. So this year we already seen first tender in Scandinavian country which required for chest X-ray autonomy AI.
Wow.
So that's nice when you're only available a solution for that. That's really nice. I would say we really see a lot of how to say, wish for that, and people want it.
Oh, so this is
Still,
like, sorry, Vito, just to double click on that. This is like a country that came out with a tender for autonomous normal AI based reporting.
yes.
Oh, wow, amazing. And you guys won it.
Y- Uh, yeah. So and also that's so for me that's a sign that this is coming, and
Yeah,
Scandinavia they are very innovative. So I believe it will come to a lot of other countries and a lot of other tenders, and
fantastic.
also from clients' perspective, we really see a shift that people asking. It's still a lot of radiologists really want it. Then the question about lawyers, and I talk with a lot of lawyers these days, and we prepared explanation and we analyze different laws, national, international, and so on. So shift is coming for sure. Again, getting back, I would like it faster, but uh,
Obviously.
yeah, but I'm really seeing the shift here towards automation and people understanding that it's a really huge problem with radiologists. And I think a lot of people heard about UK situation with radiologists, and even if you look developing countries and so on. So there's a huge need, and I believe for chest X-ray we are the best solution there.
Got it. We've got a comment from Dr. Avnish Khare. He's a dear friend and a major, influencer in the AI space. He says try the UAE residency visa approval department, and
Yep.
they do medicals and have a lot of normal X-rays. Have you spoken to them? Can you disclose like to the UAE?
We have spoken quite a long time ago and for different projects, but yes, we are well aware of this possibility. And
Right.
yeah, for sure. Thank you
Good.
very much.
So, CE you've done. What about FDA? Do you think the FDA will ever approve autonomous normal AI? If not autonomous, just normal chest X-ray AI?
I personally believe for sure. The question is when, and so our plan is very, very soon. If everything goes by plan, even end of next year.
Oh
Uh,
wow.
and our plan is here the same as C. So first we want to get you know, CAD, easy CAD, let's call it certificate for FDA. We are currently submitted, waiting for the confirmation. And then we are moving to, the Nova pathway as there is not such software before. And again, we have never done it before, so it's always subjective to say, but in optimistic case, we'll receive it next year.
Wow. No, that's we are waiting. That's all I can
uh,
say.
uh, Yeah, thanks. So yeah, thank you very much. We also really wait. United States, there are a lot of things happening. So I
Yeah.
think that's a good place to be.
Nice, nice, nice. So also for everybody who's tuned in, I put this link to a LinkedIn post, on the chat. It's a it's a poll that we've been running for a couple of days on whether if one would trust AI or not. So feel just if you could vote on it, later in the podcast in the webinar we'll review the results and all that. This is a a new marketing tool that we're trying to see. So please help us figure out if it's worth it or not. So, because we also spoke about radiologists building their own AI, right? Do you think with like the advent of so-called foundational models, and apparently the needs for data falling, etc., that a day will come where a radiologist will be creating their own AI?
Uh, I think we will try. However, as you and I very well know, it's quite a long process, and foundation model will reduce amount significantly. But people will want the best product, and in this regard, my guess would be that they will still use companies like ours. It could be that maybe we'll adapt models that it would be very easy to configure to their data, let's say. So, as a rack can do it, so that they would upload their cases
Hmm.
and then it automatically, so it will adapt to their needs. So this could be an option. However, purely that they, each radiologist has their own, it would be IT nightmare. It's a lot of, it's not only just to create model. You play
Uh,
with a bit of data and create model, but in order to use it, it's a lot of steps, which I think it's still quite some time to.
So do you think it'll be something like, if you look at the world of Microsoft Office, there is Open Office, right, which is, or LibreOffice, which is all, like free open source variants of Word and Excel and PowerPoint, and still, all of us are, trying to, not trying to, all of us are giving a lot of money to Microsoft every year to keep our, Excels and PowerPoints going. Do you think it'll be something like that? There'll be like a niche group of users who may, because we're seeing it in the world of large language models, right? Like every large organization is creating their own wrapper for ChatGPT, and then probably they will fail and then realize that it's better to go with a specialist organization.
uh, One big difference between open office and Microsoft is certification. So,
Yep.
and this is then a question, and I don't want to go into this in this webinar, but if
No,
I
no,
create
Vito, but very relevantly, we have a question from Umaid Hivaz. Sorry, I hope I'm pronouncing your name well. Who asked that surely the models need to be locked for any regulatory approval. So we are bang on track, right? We are talking the language that people are listening. Amazing.
yeah, because there is this gray area. If I create model for myself but not selling, do I need certificate or not? And I know different. So for me, you need certificate, in my opinion. But I really know people who think differently. And this, when start this question. So uh, I believe this is also will stop this open source situation, because you cannot then properly certify. You need to know someone to keep notified body in Europe, or with FDA. So that's why I think it will not be as used as this open office, and companies who want to save money still use it, and it works pretty well. Same with large language models. Yeah, the best ones are closed, let's call, but the open source, I would say, relatively close by still. But yeah, so this is.
Got it. Interesting. We have got a couple of questions, before because I can keep asking you questions all day long. We've got two questions from Muruganantham Jayashankar, asking, how do you collaborate with universities? Maybe with KTU. I don't know what KTU is. I'm just Googling.
So to answer this, so
Yeah.
uh, we usually we allow them to do research on their own. So we believe that proper research should be done independently. So we provide our solution, we can test and then write scientific research themselves. So in quite a few different universities, we have done it and it's published. So that's how we usually do it. With Kitio, I'm not sure is it one.
There's
We
a
have in
follow-up
Lithuania, we
question
have in
also.
Lithuania Kitio, so I'm not sure is it the one, but please ask.
No, there's a follow-up also, Vito, where, he asks, do you need students to work on R&D activities? So do you typically have like student interns or student projects? Do you do stuff like that at Oxipit?
I don't want to sound now harsh, but um, we were very, very efficient all these years, and one of the reason I believe that we hire very senior people to do their job well, and
Mm,
then if internships, it's nice thing. I see it as a nice thing of giving to community back, not as efficient tool to provide, because then my senior person will spend time working with more junior person. So from efficiency point of view, I really believe in hiring very, very good people, and then you have less headcount, but quality wise it works. So we don't really take internships, and we receive, I would say, per month at least 20 applications, but just it's not now a strategy at the moment.
got it. Got it. Got it. No, that is uh, unique because, sometimes I've seen organizations uh, almost exploit students, right? Like, which is the other extreme,
Yeah.
where trial by fire, if I may. So yeah. So what's next? What else are you building?
So currently, in my subjective opinion, we have a best chest X-ray workflow solution, and we are now working with MSK X-rays. So for
Ah,
all the body parts except spine, and we also have solution for CT. So it would be for head, lungs, and abdominal, and
oh,
we'll be
abdomen also.
yeah. So
Oh,
I will not go into too many details yet because we just will get C certificates again next quarter by conservative estimate. But this is next what we want to aim. And again, first starting with CAD and then moving to full autonomy. And for example, for MSK, so we not only go for fractures, which is of course the most important, but we want to make sure that we can really say that it's normal. So we go also for I think total is 13 pathologies there. So
oh wow. So 13 pathologies on limb X-rays, essentially, appendicular.
yes. Yeah, and you
X-ray.
can read in our website, so it's not a secret project that
Oh,
uh,
okay.
so
Cool.
there's if anyone wants to check it out, but this is what next, and we believe it's also about efficiency, so how to make sure that people can make faster decision, and emergency rooms and so on is really important here to save time.
Got it. We have a question from a common friend, Dr. Eric Bransker. Is FDA certification easier to obtain than CE for new products?
I would say it's first of all different, uh, and I cannot tell which is easier or not. For FDA, it's more expensive because you need United States data and United States radiology. So that's for sure is more expensive as some American radiologists is more expensive, and you cannot avoid this if you want to receive a certificate. If cost is not a question, I would say we are in difficulty similar, just a bit different procedures there.
Interesting. And I was going to ask you about fractures, but anyways.
So yes,
So I have a different kind of question, Vito. I've always wondered. Uh, what is the startup ecosystem in Lithuania like?
I I would say so. We are very.
Because you have never invited us, so we don't
I
know.
invited you to never come, but let's not go into this. We actually, so we have really, really nice and like efficient, effective ecosystem, which I really enjoy. We have, and one of the reasons is so we just got independent in 1990, and I was born not even a year after independence. And my generation, we believe, if let's call it Lithuanian dream, if you work hard, you do right things, and you can achieve anything. And this is one of the reasons I joined Oxford, because from small country, we have not even 3 million people in a country, so it's a small village for you or small city. uh, and we know we have a lot of unicorns, we have, and also working in very interesting problems. So we really concentrate on doing problem solving, and we have a lot of different companies, and for population of 3 million, it's, yeah, we achieved a lot. Uh,
So
Total
you guys,
amount is not big.
like you guys started in inside the university, right, or inside the hospital?
No, so we started completely independent. At the start, we collaborated with hospital, because we needed test solution, data, and so on. So yes, but we are full independent from day one.
Oh, okay. Interesting, man. Nice, nice.
Yeah.
Cool. It seems like we don't have any more questions, so I will quickly go to the results of the poll.
And everyone who says that they want autonomous AI, please contact me.
Or
Sorry,
me.
Vidur, I had to go.
Of course, of course, of course. So 51 people have voted, believe it or not. So would you trust an AI to fully report normal chest x-rays without a radiologist? 39% people have said yes. Wow. So it's interesting that just 6%, so about three people out of 51 have said that automation seems too risky, right? I think it might just be viewership bias. Everybody who follows either the carpal page or the occipit page has to have a certain bit of bias. But then I think it's encouraging that folks say yes. 39%. It's a not a small. Well, our sample size is very small, but still. So I think this is. I think it'll be a combination of the first two eventually, right? Like, I perfectly agree with you that in fact even at carpal, we try to say that our mission is to make radiologists 10x more productive in the next 5 to 7 years, right? By giving them the encapsulated value of the entire AI ecosystem, and I guess automating chest X-rays. Like, how can one radiologist do like 2,000 X-rays a day, right?
Yeah,
Is key to that. So I'm just going to see. It's not a matter of if, but a matter of when. Is what Dr. Avnish Khare
I
ji.
like the audience here. So
I know, I know. But no, it's essential to generate confidence over a trial period and to obtain approval of all radiologists in the hospital. Dr. Ansgar, if only we could please all radiologists, life would be simpler. No, but on that note, thank you once again, Vito. Always a pleasure. I knew this was going to be
Yeah,
fun.
thanks.
And thank you to everybody who joined. I think we had probably in the last few webinars the highest number of attendees today. So again, not a surprise, but
That's
uh,
nice.
thank you everyone, and yeah, thanks, Vito. See you next week, same time.
Thank you. Bye.
See you. Bye. Bye.